let me share my screen. Once you can see my screen. Okay.
Yes,
Good.
Jackie.
Okay. Just a minute. Let me stop sharing.
Yeah, by the time, welcome Shrikant Babu for
Okay.
the meetup first time.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So, welcome everyone to the Surat MuleSoft meetup, and this is our fourth live demonstration meetup. So, in today's session, we will going to discuss about how we can use Anypoint CLI to set up like Anypoint VPC or dedicated load balancer, and also like we will see how we can deploy application and apply the policy automatically using Anypoint CLI. And the third demo we'll see like how we can enable or how we can implement or how we can create a cluster for your hybrid implementation. Okay. So let me go to next slide. This is about myself. I'm working as a senior solution architect at the Capgemini, and currently I'm as a MuleSoft ambassador and Surat MuleSoft meetup leader. And like I have overall 12.5 years of experience in the integration and the API technology. I am the MCIE and MCPA. Yeah. So Anitis, can you go next?
Sure. Thank you, Jackie. And first of all,
Nitis?
congratulations for being an ambassador. So we have an ambassador
Hello?
leader in. Hello. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, Nitis, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So I was saying, first of all, congratulations, Jackie, for giving us an ambassador to our group as a leader.
Thanks, Nitis.
Yeah. So hi everyone. I am Nitish Jain. I'm working as a consultant in IBM. I have 2.5 years of experience, and I'm MCD and MCIA certified, and currently working in MuleSoft. Thank you.
Thanks, Nitis, for introduction. So, at the end of meetup, we will have a trivia quiz where we will have we will use the couch for our quiz. So we will select three winners basically, and like the winner will get training voucher, so they can choose the training of their choice. So there are few conditions I need to tell you. If somebody is new to MuleSoft, or like somebody is a fresher, or if someone have a lesser experience in the MuleSoft, don't apply for MCIA and MCPA training. So for that there is some criteria, like the person should be having at least some experience, so they can, like, he should not be fresher or something like that. So there's some criteria. So please make sure that if you are selecting MCI or MCPA training, right, the architect trainings, you have to make sure like you are matching that criteria, otherwise your training may reject it. So please ensure that. Okay. So agendas for today's meetup, we will discuss what is Anypoint CLI, how to set up Anypoint CLI on your desktop. Then we will see three demo, like how to set up Anypoint VPC and dedicated load balancer. Then we will see deploying application and the applying policy. Then setting up Anypoint clustering. Then finally we will have a quiz. Okay. So let me tell what is the definition of Anypoint CLI. Anypoint CLI is nothing. It's a command line interface which is used with the Anypoint platform and Anypoint PC. It's a private cloud edition basically. And Anypoint CLI work with a various component provided by MuleSoft. Like if you see in the cloud, we have a various component. We have a runtime manager. We have a API manager. Within the runtime manager, we have a VPC. We have a dedicated load balancer. We have a access management. We have a API manager. We have a design center. So if you see, like, we are performing lot of operation in design center, we are performing lot of operation in Anypoint VPC, in dedicated load balancer. For example, in Anypoint VPC, we create Anypoint VPC, we update Anypoint VPC. Okay, like those kind of operations we perform when we see dedicated load balancer. So in dedicated load balancer, we can create a dedicated load balancer, we can update a mapping rules, we can add a new certificates to your dedicated load balancer. So those kind of operation we directly perform from the Anypoint platform. so basically the questions comes, is there any automated way, is there any way like without logging into Anypoint platform I can do the modification in my dedicated load balancer or in my runtime manager or other components of your API, of Anypoint platform? Yeah, it is possible. Basically, you can use the Anypoint CLI. It's like Anypoint CLI is the command line interface where like it allow you to perform a various kind of operation which you can perform directly with GUI. So those operation can be performed from Anypoint CLI. Also, MuleSoft provide a various other utility like Cloud Hub API. They also provide API Manager, REST API, Exchange API, Access. Those can also be used to perform all the operation which you can perform from Anypoint CLI. Okay. So how to set up Anypoint CLI? So there is a prerequisite. So you have to download and install latest version of Node.js. So Node.js, depending on your operating system, if you have a Windows 64, so you have to select a Windows 64-bit Node.js. Then you have to download this npm package. Basically, you have to execute this particular command. So let me show you. So if you go to Google, okay, and on the Google, so this is very important. The Node.js is the prerequisite, for this particular Anypoint CLI. So you can go to Node.js. So here you can select like what this is the latest version. So you can download it and you can just install it next. So it will automatically install a Node.js for you basically. Okay. The second thing, we have to download some npm package, a node manager package basically. So this is the command. Once you have installed the Node.js, you don't have to set up any environment variable, nothing. You just have to install it. It does everything for you. So you have to just copy this and you can go to any command. Okay, you can go to command prompt in case of Windows. Okay, and just execute this command. So at the latest, it will download the latest Anypoint CLI from this. So let's wait. It's trying to download. So it's npm install -g Anypoint CLI at the rate of latest. So this is the command. Okay, it start downloading the Anypoint CLI. So you can say it start downloading the required package for Anypoint CLI. It does automatically for us basically. Hello, Nitish, like if anybody have any question, just let me know. Like if no, so you can. Yeah.
Sure, Jackie.
So I think yeah. So Anypoint CLI has been successfully downloaded. Now where you can find the Anypoint CLI? So generally install the Anypoint CLI package into users. My user. Let me check. I think it's app data. If you see, it's roaming. Under roaming, we have a npm package. You can see it download all the required Anypoint CLI modules under this particular folder. Once you have done this, so simply if you want to verify it, no, let's before doing that, I want to tell you something else. So now how to access your platform basically. So there are n number of platform, like every customer, every tenant will have its own platform. So basically, how can you access the resources which is in your Anypoint platform? So there are three mechanisms. You can use Anypoint username and the password. You can use a client ID and client secret. This is generated by connected apps. And the last one is the bearer token. But I will tell you one more approach. So basically, there are two approaches. So basically what you have to do, so basically under this folder, see username. In case of Windows, you have to create a credentials file. In this credentials file, you have to put, you can either use your default Anypoint platform username and the default Anypoint platform password. Make sure those username and a password have a required access if you are performing the operation with runtime manager. So those username and password must have access to runtime manager. Otherwise, you can use any other profile, SAML based authentication or SAML based user. Then the third way is a connected app. You can make use of connected app where you can pass a client ID and the client secret. So recently, like not recently, 1 year back or something around that, MuleSoft also introduced a connected apps, right? So when you create a connected app, it generates client ID and the client secret. You can make use of those connected app. But there's approach two. In approach two, you can pass Anypoint username, Anypoint password, Anypoint environment, Anypoint org as an environmental variable. So you can set this value as an environmental variable. Okay, so instead of, this is approach one, this is approach two. So there are two approaches. In approach one, you can use any three of one profile, either default, other profile, or connected profile. Or in approach two, you can set this four environmental variable. In Anypoint username, you have to provide Anypoint username. In Anypoint password, you have to provide your Anypoint password, then environment, then organization. Let me show you. So like I mentioned, like under users, your username, then you have a .anypoint file. Under that, you have to create a credentials file. Okay, so this is my credential file where I generally, my username and all those things. You can pass the password also. So for this particular session, I'm not using this credentials. So what I've done, instead of that, I can set an environmental variable. You can go to properties. So if you see environmental variable, so I've set up Anypoint org, Anypoint environment, Anypoint password, and Anypoint user. So these are the four parameters I've set up in my environmental variable. Let me correct this. Okay, so Anypoint org, Anypoint, just keep this in mind: Anypoint environment, Anypoint org, Anypoint password, and Anypoint username. Okay, so these are the things we need to set up in our environmental variable. Now, if you want to test everything is okay, so you can simply type Anypoint CLI in your command prompt. Okay, so it has been successfully connected to your Anypoint platform. Okay, this is how you can connect your Anypoint platform. Let me go. Any doubt on this? How we can connect Anypoint CLI? Using how we can connect Anypoint platform using Anypoint CLI? Any doubt on this? Let me check chat box. Because you cannot, like, you cannot use a client ID and the client secret for environment. You have to use a credentials file for that. Okay, thanks. Okay, so Vikas, is this clear your doubt? So basically, a connected app client ID and client secret can be only used in your credentials files. But in the environmental variable, you can use only four parameters. That is Anypoint org, Anypoint username, Anypoint password, and Anypoint group. Basically, it's not group; it's org and environment. Correct? Yeah. Okay. Let me go to next slide. Let me go into presentation mode, and I will share all the script which we will going to create in this particular session. Okay, I will share all the scripts. So see, basically, like these are some command, so like better I will show with live demonstration. So first thing, what I will going to do, so I have to create a VPC automatically. I have to create load balancer. So generally there should be question like, can I integrate Anypoint CLI with a CI/CD? Yes, you can easily integrate. You can write a shell script and run those shell script automatically using a Jenkins or like we are DevOps, Windows Azure DevOps or like GitLab or GitHub, whatever, whatever CI/CD you're using, because the shell script is supported by each and every CI/CD tool basically. So in this case, we will going to use a shell script. We will write a list of steps, and that we will get executed automatically. So what I have to do, I have to create VPC. So just I'm showing it. I'm not create a manual. We will create it automatically. We want VPC name, we want region, we want CIDR block, we want environment, and we want to define a certain set of firewall rules, basically. Correct? So those are the things we require to set up VPC. So VPC is nothing, it's a virtual private cloud in your Anypoint platform. We set up a isolated network in the cloud hub, basically. So when you deploy the application, it will get deployed within your network, basically within the isolated network. Like, as MuleSoft is a multi-tenant platform, right? You might be aware MuleSoft is a multi-tenant platform. So where what happens, so you have some set of IP address, so all the tenants can deploy the application within the same IP ranges, or within the same subnet, or within the same network. But using VPC, you can isolate it, that you can define your own IP ranges, basically. So that is the motivation like for creating Anypoint VPC. So let me go back. So let me go. MuleSoft has provided a very good documentation, so you can go through that documentation. And now I have to work with a command for managing the cloud of VPC. I can click here. Okay. So the first thing what I have to do, I have to create a VPC. So I can use this command, cloud of VPC create. Okay. So for cloud of VPC create, so what I will do, I will create one file, CLI file. Generally, this is a cell file. The first thing what I will do, I want to create VPC in US East 1 region. Okay, so this is my this is just a text. So I want to create a VPC. So first thing I will write Anypoint CLI. Okay. The next thing, let me copy the command. So this is my command. So you can copy this command from here. I want to create a VPC. Simply copy this command. It's cloud up VPC create, and you have to pass some options. So you can copy this. So what you have to do, cloud of VPC create option, you have to give the name of the VPC. So I will say Mule demo VPC. Then you have to give a region. Nothing, US East 1. Then you have to give a CIDR block. That is nothing. This is the classless interdynamic routing. You have to provide a CIDR mask 10.0.1.0/24. So these are the initial requirement for creating a VPC. Okay. So what I'm providing, I provided a VPC name, I provided a region, and I provided a CIDR block. Then the next command, I want to associate environment, basically, with my VPC. So I will say associate environment with VPC. Okay, so I want to associate. So for that, so there is the command. You can search for that, So let me find that command. So if you see VPC environment add, you can copy this command. So you will find all the commands. So here you can say Anypoint CLI. You just paste this command, cloud of VPC environment add. Okay, so environment add. So where we have which environment we need to add to which VPC. So in this step, my VPC will get created. So this is the name of the VPC, and I want to add a production environment with this. Okay. Next thing, I want to add some firewall rules. Right. So I will say add firewall rule within VPC. Okay, simple. So you will find a command for adding the firewall rules. You can check that, So let me find this. So firewall rule describe. So you have something called a firewall rule add, basically. You can copy this command. Right. So you can simply say Anypoint CLI. You can paste it here. So you want to add a firewall rule. So option, you have to provide a VPC name first. VPC means a VPC name, which we have created just now. So VPC name, you have to give a CIDR block. So basically, I want to allow this particular port, in 0.0. It should be accessible everywhere. Okay. So protocol, it should be TCP. and port 8081. You can give range also from port to 2 port, but I will just say only 8081. Let me copy this command. I will add more firewall rules. So mule demo VPC, I will say 8082. Then I can say 10 dot. I want to allow some port within the VPC only. 1.0.24. Then I can say 8091. I will copy same line. Okay. I'll copy same line. Here I can say 8092. So I have added some rule. So firewall rules. So for different port, if you want to add more and more, you can definitely do that. The once we have created the VPC, we have to create a dedicated load balancer. Okay. So I can copy this and I can say create dedicated load balancer. Okay. Any doubt till now? Any doubt? Let me check. Can run these commands in a Docker. See Docker like this command is basic. You can definitely run. You can have a like you can set up. You can set up the Node.js in your Docker, right? And you can install the npm package in the Docker, and then you can definitely run it, Nagraju. Okay, so you have to set up a Node.js. Your Docker, your Docker should have an image of Node.js, and your Docker must like have a npm Anypoint CLI npm package. Then you can definitely run those commands in the Docker also. So that is the that, and also you have to set up all these proper environmental variables in the Docker. Then you can run it. Okay, so let me go with a load load balancers command. So basically I will go at the top. So basically what I have to do, I have to create a load balancer. The command is cloud up load balancer create basically. So let me show you from where you can find this. Yeah, this is the command. So basically let me copy this. So I will say Anypoint CLI, then I can say control V. So option, you have to provide in which VPC you have to create a dedicated load balancer. So generally you create a dedicated load balancer within the VPC, right? Then you have to give a name or a name to dedicated load balancer. I can say mule demo DLP. Then you have to give a certificate. You have to provide a private key and the public key. So I have already created a certificate. So let me copy that path. Okay, so let me take this test public CRT. Okay, this is right. So let me copy this path first and let me go back to script. So I'm providing a certificate path slash. I will copy this. So first I'm providing a private certificate in PAM format, sorry, public certificate in the PAM format. Then also I will provide a private certificate in PAM format. So now also there are certain parameters like HTTP mode off, So generally, if you see when you create like there's a one parameter we have to set HTTP inbound mode, which is on, off, or redirect. In our case, we will keep HTTP inbound mode equals to off basically, So for that, what you have to do, you have to use something called minus minus HTTP and say something like that off basically. I will show this parameter. So these are the settings you need to do. So first step, we are creating a VPC in US East 1 region. So we are saying Anypoint CLC cloud of VPC create. We are giving the VPC name, we are selecting the region, then we are giving the CIDR mask. Then we are associating an environment with the VPC. So we are saying Anypoint CLC VPC environments add mule VPC. You can provide a multiple environment by comma separated. Then add firewall rules within the VPC. So I'm adding some firewall rules. So 2 firewall rules that when application deployed on 8081, 8082, it can be accessible from anywhere. When 8091 and 90, I want to access this application within the VPC. Then finally, I'm creating a dedicated load balancer. So Anypoint CLI that you create, we are giving the VPC name, then dedicated load balancer name. This is my public certificate. This is my private certificate. And there is one setting called HTTP inbound mode. So I'm saying HTTP off. So let me save this. I will open a Git bash. So for running the shell script, you can use the bash script also, but in my case, I use the shell script. I will run the Git bash, and let me check whether where I have saved this application. Okay, let me check this. So it's, I think it's this one, automated. This I can close. I'm just checking where I've saved my script. Yeah, it's there. So I'll copy this path. I can simply say okay, then I can say /tab. But just a minute, I will copy this name again. CLI demo 1 dot. This is just I will say run command. So now it start. We can run this script from from your Jenkins also. So let's wait. Like start creating a VPC. Let me go back to my Anypoint platform and let's see if it's creating a VPC or not. It's creating. It takes some time. Yeah, it created the VPC. You can see the VPC has been successfully created. It associated a environment also. So let me open the VPC. So it associated the production environment also. So we can see only 2 firewall rule for now. Okay. So let me check whether it's add more firewall rule. So it will add 4 firewall rules again. So let me check. It's added second. You can see that we have added 2. Those can be seen here. It added successfully third also. So let me refresh it. Now it's creating a dedicated load balancer. You can see it added third also. It should be. So you can see all 4 firewall rules which we have added. Those are there. Let me check. Go back to load balancer. So it has created a load balancer also. Okay, so it is starting. So it generally take time. You can see a load balancer has been also created successfully. We have passed HTTP inbound mode equals to off. You can say it's selected off, and we have passed the certificates. Everything is there basically. So you can see that is how we can set up Anypoint VPC and dedicated load balancer very easily with your Anypoint CLI. And those scripts. See, here we have developed a simple scripts you can parameterize everything if you want to pass the load balancer name, those things has to be parameters. You can do that also. So right now we have created a simple scripts. Okay, any question before I move into next demo?
We have a question, Jackie, from Anirudh Babu.
Yeah, can we write VPC configuration for 50 environment without writing code configuration for each? And Yeah, you see, Anirudh, it depends. Like you can definitely shell script have a capability of looping through, right? So you can do that, but make sure your VPC name is a unique. Basically, you can definitely do that. You write one block, loop that, but make sure you are changing your VPC name every time. That is only one thing you have to taken care. Okay, rest of the thing it will take care automatically. You can loop, you can loop in shell script, you can loop in the bash script. Those kind of things can be done, right? Just make sure your VPC name every time is get changed in that particular loop. Like you can append, like your VPC name plus whatever loop number you can, like index number, you can append that. That's why you can, that is how you can get the unique VPC name. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is the first demo. Any doubt on this first demo? I am going with the second demo. So generally, I have one question before I move into a second demo. Generally, how we deploy a MuleSoft application can, like, it will be very useful if somebody can answer that. Yes, Deepesh, mapping rules. So it's a good question. Like if you see, there's a mapping rule also, so you can add the map. I will add one mapping rule right now. So generally, you told me, like, let me add that. So we have a mapping rules command, so you can use that. So let me show that command. Yeah, so you can describe the mapping. So basically, if you want to get the mapping description, you can do that. If you want to add the mapping, see, there's a cloud of load balancer mapping add. So you can provide name, index, input URI, application name, app URI. Those kind of things can be done. Let me try that if I can. So what I can do, I can go to command prompt. I will not run the automated script here. I can directly run into command prompt. Any point CLI. So let me go back to my dedicated load balancer. Okay, if you see in my dedicated load balancer, what is the mapping rule I have? This is the by default mapping rule. Let me paste. This is the command. So I have to provide name. Okay, so I can say mule demo TLB. Okay, you have to provide index. What is your index? Right now it's on 0 index. I can provide index equals to 1. And input URI, which is again, I can say curly bracket slash curly bracket app curly bracket slash. Okay, then app name, which is the targeted app. I can say mule, something like that, app curly bracket. Then you have to provide app URI. So generally, what is the app URI? That is the output path, basically, So let me slash slash. Okay, this is how you can provide it. So if you want to give a protocol also, you can do that. So generally, if you see, this is certificates. If you want to provide, yeah, you have to provide a certificate name also. So what is my certificate name? It's a local host. So dedicate, generally each mapping rule associated with your certificate name. Just run this command. Okay, just say enter. Your mapping rule has been updated successfully. Let me check if I can see a second mapping rule here. Okay, click on this. You can see a second mapping rule which we have added, right? So you can definitely add the mapping rules also. You can do everything automated. Okay, that's the one thing. Any question? Other question? Just a minute. See, Srikant, the benefit of Anypoint CLI is basically, see, one of the way, like you can easily integrate with your any CI/CD pipeline tool. You can automate those things, right? So basically, there are organization. See, if you are working with a smaller organization or something like that, or small projects in that you create 1 or 2 CL Anypoint VPC, but there are projects where people create 100 of VPCs, right? 100, like if there is an enterprise level organization, like their network is very complex, so they have to connect with the n number of system, 100 of systems, like they have a n number of business group. So in that case you can automated everything, right? So you don't, so once you can write those script, you just pass, you change the parameter, and it will automatically do everything for you. No, VPC peering we are not allowed to do basically. So generally load balancer is set up for per VPC, like you can have a multiple load balancer uh, for one VPC. Okay, you can set up multiple load balancer, but one load balancer will associate it with one VPC basically. Can we do no VPC peering? You don't have, you cannot do. So if you cannot perform the operation from your Anypoint platform, you cannot do that with Anypoint CLI also. Okay, you have to contact MuleSoft team for doing the VPC peering. It's not a self-service. So Anirudh, it's simple, like I will tell you, it's a good question. Like generally, if you go to VPC, you just pass the multiple environment, a comma, like in a script. Where is my script? Let me find the scripts. So in this case, if I have a multiple environment, I can copy this command again. I can put it here, and if I have a other environment dev, I can just pass dev. So it will associate dev also. So that is how you can do it. Okay, if you want to do from GUI, right now I have only one environment. I don't know what happened. So I got it right. So basically, you can update your script. In a script, you can associate multiple environment. If you have want to associate third environment, you can pass a test like that. Okay, so you just keep on passing the environment basically. Okay, can I go to next demo if there's a no question? Yeah, I'm trying to get the GUI. I can show with GUI also. Okay. Okay, you can just go here and you can select the environment. Currently, I have only one environment. You just select from here. You select that environment. It will add other environments here. Okay. You can create a VPC without load balancer, but you cannot create a load balancer without VPC. Okay. So let me go move to a second demo. Quickly to the second demo. Let me check my load balancer. Yeah, it started now. Good. Okay. The second demo, like we will deploy, we will automated the application deployment. So basically, I have an application. Let me show you. So let me show. I have one application, Mule Test app. Okay. So I have created one application which is known as CLI demo app. So let me deploy this application. So I can just say export, and I just attach. I can go to desktop, save, finish. I will not deploy it manually, so I will show you. So again, you can go. It's very difficult to remember all the commands. So always make sure, like you are going to read the commands from here basically. So you can go to list of commands now. This is very important page. So you can go to list of command. Now I want to deploy the application to the cloud of basically. So in this, you search for that particular thing where you want to deploy the application. So command for administering your cloud of application, right? So here you will find some deploy command also. So runtime manager, cloud of application deployment. So those are the things we need to deploy. Okay. So what I was doing, so I exporting this file. So now what I will do, I will use the second script in my desktop. I have a second demo. I will say edit with Notepad++. So I will say deploy MuleSoft application app to the cloud of US East 1 region basically. Okay. So again, I will write any point CLI. Okay. So let copy this command. Basically, you can use the runtime manager cloud of application deploy, and you can copy this. Okay. And go back to your go back to your Notepad++. Then you can send deploy option name. So you have to give the name of the application. So I will say Mule CLI Surat demo, something like that. I will give the name. Then you have to provide a jar file location. You can give the HTTP path, or like I have given right now, I have pasted here. So I can give this particular path. Okay. So I can go to Notepad++ and I can give my jar file path slash, copy this name. Then there are parameters, certain parameters we need to pass, like workers. How many workers you want? I want one, like that. Then you have to pass a worker type. Basically, what is the worker type? I want a micro worker. I can show you there also. So basically, if you see, you have options like workers, worker size, So basically, workers, number of worker size, basically it's one. So we will use, instead of work, here it's gone. So workers, number of workers, I want one. Instead of worker size, worker type, it's size. Okay. So I will say 0.1. So I want 0.1 of worker size. Then it should have a mule version runtime. Basically, what is the runtime version we want? Runtime is 4.3.0. Okay. The next thing, if you see, like, you will find everything here. Region is always not compulsory. Okay. So apart from that, you want object store version 1. I will say false. Okay. I don't want object store version 1. I want object store version 2 basically. So I can simply say false. Okay. You can put in double quotes also. What are the next parameter? We are passing the application name here only. We are passing workers, worker size, runtime, object store version. Then also we have to pass some properties basically, So region, it's not compulsory, but by default it will deploy in US East 1 region, but I will give it region. I can give this as a US East 1. Then later I want to pass some property. So I want to enable the API auto discovery. Basically, I already have an application. So if you see, this application have a API auto discovery. I want to enable the API auto discovery. For enabling the API auto discovery, we want to pass two properties. One is anypoint dot platform dot client ID. You have to pass a client ID. Then I have to pass a second property, a client secret basically. Okay, you can just say I want to pass environment client ID in the client secret. I can go to my anypoint platform. I can go to access management and I can get my client ID in the client secret because I want to enable the API auto discovery. Okay, so I can go back to my environments. You can go to production. You can copy this. Let me paste this at the place of client ID. And show this. Let me try to run this command. Let's see if it works or So before that, what I can do, I want to apply the policies also. So I can copy this command. I want to apply a policy. So basically apply the policy to this particular API. So apply the policy. So we will see this demo later. So instead of that, I can run this command directly. You can automate it like in shell script also. So I have Anypoint CLI open here. I can execute this command. Okay, so let me check what is the wrong here. Let me check. I done something wrong. Let me copy this from here itself. No, nothing is wrong. Let me not this one. Sorry. So basically here I'm passing mule application name and you are passing jar file, your worker size, properties, right? And yeah, there's a problem with this particular thing. Okay, let me copy this again. Anypoint.platform.client secret property. Let me check the commands once again. Yeah, this is the mistake. Let me check my command here. Yeah, this is correct. I don't think there's a problem with the command here. I'm checking what is the problem. Just give me a second.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Can we make object store v2 as true?
No, it's not issue with the object store basically. Okay, so it's object store
Yeah.
v1. Okay, I think it's double quotes might be issue. Let me check this. Okay, I got the problem. I think this thing should be at the last. I think no, I got the problem. I am pasting the command wrong way. It should be only because I'm directly running from the that particular command prompt, right? So I don't have to give the Anypoint CLI at the start. I just have to give this much. Okay, so that is the so it start deploying the application. You can see that. Okay, let me check my it's you can you got the response, right? So generally it doesn't wait, like it will upload the application and you can see the application will will get deployed basically. You can see the application is deploying. Okay, so if you see we have added two properties also. I want to show you that. So those properties, manage, you can go to manage application. You can go to properties. So you can see those properties all automatically added into your settings properties basically. So now let me show you a third demo. A third demo, basically I have two servers basically, so I want to set up a cluster between those servers. So I want to set up a cluster between those servers. How can I do that? So let me open my third demo. I will give all these scripts to you. Set up Anypoint clustering. Okay, so for that again you have to go to list of command. So if you go to list of command again, your Anypoint platform, you can go to list of command. So this is very important page. So you search for like what you want to do. So local server cluster. So I want to create a cluster. So this is the command. So you can copy this runtime manager cluster basically. So let me go to Notepad++. So you have to provide a name of the cluster. So I can say mule demo cluster. Then once you provide the mule demo cluster, you have to pass some parameter. Whether you want multicast, yes. Generally we can create a two kind of cluster. One is multicast and one is unicast. So by default it will be unicast. you can pass that, IDs also. Now you have to provide server ID and IP. So I have to provide a server ID and IP. So how can I get it? So I want to cluster two servers. So I will click server. How can I get the ID? It's very simple. So you can click on server. If you see, you can get, this is the ID basically. Copy this of server one. So you can say, and then you have to provide the IP address of the server one. So where you can get the IP address, you can go to settings. Under settings, you can get the IP address. And you have to provide the server 2 IP address. So I can go to server 2. So this is the server 2 ID. You can go to manage server. And you have to provide IP address. This is the IP address. Generally, this particular both the server are different machines. So I will copy this command. I will simply go there. I will run this. I can say enter. So the cluster is created. If you see, you will notice some changes in mule runtime. See, you can see that here. So it will try to restart the mule runtime automatically. And even if you go to any point platform, it's very quick also. Somebody asked me what is the advantage. It's quick also. It does everything very quickly. So you can see your cluster is also created. Right. So now I will show one last demo where we can apply a policies. Basically, how can we apply the policies? So now I have a API manager. So if you see, this is my application. So a CLI demo app. Okay, I want to apply a rate limiting policy to this, and this has to be done automated. There are a lot of customers come up with requirement. We don't want to touch the GUI, so we have to apply the policy automatically, right? So let me go back and go again back to list of commands. So you can go to list of commands. Under list of command, you have to search for API managers command. API manager. Any point, yeah, commands for API manager. Then there will be policy apply command. So API manager policy apply command. So copy this command, and I can go to again here, and my API instance ID. You have to provide a API instance ID. So for that, this is my API instance ID. You can copy this, and you have to give a policy ID. For rate limiting, it's rate hyphen limiting. Okay, you can go to Exchange, and from Exchange you can download the YAML file for rate limiting. You can get all these details. Then you have to provide a version, basically. I think policy version ID. Okay, so it's policy version. You can copy this. These are some parameters, you can pass it. Okay, and the policy version is 1.3.4, which is the latest one for rate limiting policy. You can go to API manager policy, you can check that. Then you have to provide a JSON file, basically. So if you see, let me show where is my JSON message. Yeah, so generally what happens, so each generally when you pass the data, you have to pass the JSON message. So the first tag is always configuration data, and then this rate limiting, what are the different fields in that rate limiting. I will share those over the mail, like how can you find these payloads and everything. I will share this thing over the mail. So you can pass group ID. These are the some, like you have to pass with each and every policy when you are applying automatically. Only the internal parameters get changed. This particular parameter, it depend on depend on policy you are applying. So this parameter get changed. So you can generally what happen, you can go to any point Exchange, you can search for, if you are applying JWT validation policy, you can search for the YAML file. Looking at that YAML file, you will come to know what are the parameters needs to be passed for this particular policy. So let me copy this, and I can go back to my Notepad++, and I can see, I can say single quotes. Okay, copy this, go to any point CLI, I can say enter. Okay, what is the problem? Just let me check. Policy doesn't exist in the RAML for application. Let me check what is the problem here. Rate limiting is right. Let me check. Let me check the command. The first thing you have to pass apply, then API instance ID, then the policy ID, which is fine. Then minus C. Let me check if policy rate limiting policies exist with 1.34. You can go to policy, apply policy. Something is wrong here. Just checking the error. Organization S8 1.3.3 rate limiting. Yeah, 1.3.4 is there. This is good. Yeah, this option is not right way. Yeah, we have to remove this. Okay. We have done some mistakes in command. So generally we have to be careful while writing the commands. Copy this and paste it here. The policy has been applied. You can see that. And let me cancel this and let me refresh the page. Let me reload. So you can see a rate limited policy has been applied automatically within using Anypoint CLI. So this is what I need to cover for today's Anypoint CLI. We have completed already 1 hour. So any question I can take, any question if you have, See, Yamil, yes, you can answer for 2 VPC peering. So generally, one VPC can associated with multiple load balancer, but one load balancer can associate with one VPC like that. So you can have a multiple VPC peering. That is possible, Yamil. For one load balancer, it's possible. Even you can have a multiple environment associated with single load balancer. That is also possible. Okay. Any question? Nitish, are you there? So I'm done with the session. So if you can ask, if you can just share the Kahoot link with everyone, So if anyone have any question, just let me know. I will, and also I will motivate everyone to give the feedback, and if anybody wants to become the speaker for next meetup, just let me and Nitish knows, we can set up the session accordingly.
Sure.
Yeah, Nitish, you can go with Kahoot.
Yeah,
I will stop
sure,
sharing.
Jackie. Thank you for the session. It was really great and very knowledgeable and helpful, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, it will good. Everybody can start their camera. I will share all these scripts with you, okay? So you can go through that scripts. Hi, Francis. You're talking on a mute.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah.
Hi. And it is. You are ready, right?
Yes, Jackie. Is I just putting on my camera? Yeah. I guess there's some issue with my camera. It's not getting on. So please continue with.
That's fine. Like you can start with your quiz, no? Hi Igor. Hi
Hello.
Umar. Hi Kunal.
Hi, Jitendra.
Hi.
Everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hi. Hi everyone. Hi.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
yes.
I'm sharing my screen. So yeah. Let me know once you see my screen.
Nitish, are you there? Hello, Nitish. Let me call Nitish. Hello, Nitish. I think Nitish is not here. Just give me a second. I will connect Nitish.